top peck. Absolute.
Okay. So of course, I was actually talking to DX17 about KJ in doubles just yesterday, because I'm actually being held by the very generous DX17, and he was saying how KJ in doubles, he feels like he has a partner to play for, and he's very, very strong mentally in doubles as a result. He plays for the person he's with.
Yeah.
And
I think that's one of the most important things about players, especially if they're if they main doubles. Let's say if they main doubles. There are a lot of players. Myself included to a degree, who I prefer doubles because I feel like I'm playing for the person I'm playing with.
Yeah.
And KillerJaws is one of those players who wants to see the scene improve as a whole. He is literally about everyone else other than himself.
Oh, he really is, and that's why in this game especially, I think we're going to be seeing a special amount of synergy coming out from JMiller and of course KJ, because JMiller is just like one of the nicest guys ever anyway, and KJ is going to be playing for Miller in this game.
Yeah.
That said, of course, we can't forget the Scottish Police and the incredible synergy they showed us in the game they were last on stream.
Yeah, they did very, very well against GP and Calamari, and we saw that 1-for-1 before play, 2-on-1 play from Yackabean.
Yeah.
He literally did that. Oh wow, Thoron straight through.
Robin's just a stage hazard in doubles.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Double Thoron. This is what was happening as well. Like when we were playing doubles on that first release stage, he was just charging Thoron, throwing it out, and it worked so well. Okay, so oh man, the up smash so strong.
Yeah, KJ playing very dry right now, and it's working out really well for him. But he does get caught by the up smash, not enough to kill him when he gets back to the stage.
Trying to find that KO and just holding that pressure, trying to get in.
Wow, short hand back air, very nicely done. Going for that Nosferatu turnaround there, didn't quite get it, of course, not even really punished for it, so, I mean, no risk there at all.
I guess that, trying to have that kind of, have that fear factor that in the background. It's kind of like, when you have a Cloud in doubles and you have a Cloud, say, who's just on the side charging limit, and the team is just keeping 2 players away from Cloud. You're going to have that in what KJ is doing, charging up, Thoron, JMiller, and they're going to be communicating well. The Thoron's coming, getting in shield.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And
there's going to be that.
We've seen so many Thorons hit Miller, and he was in shield every single time.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, they're obviously communicating and working out quite well with that.
Nice pivot grab to back throw from Yackabean, taking the stock from KillerJaws. But he's staying airborne. He's doing what he does best, actually. Yackabean's really good at kind of micromanaging his projectiles and keeping them flowing, keeping them going, and being able to kind of trip up his opponents by having so many dangers around, just like out there.
And in the back of their mind, they've got to remember there's a Luigi there as well. You
Yeah.
can just do so much. Those up smashers, those down Bs they can kill so early, and they need to be really careful. It's a threatening team. It gets in your head. And the stage control by Miller and KJ has been very interesting in that a lot of the time they're willingly giving up center stage and bunching Pidgey and Yackabean together and just hitting them at the same time. And we've been seeing a lot after this game. You'll see they keep them between themselves, and it's really interesting to see. Neat strategy. The Thoron comes out, of course. They just sit in shield.
Went for a very, very late arc fire.
Of course, Toon-Link and Yoshi right now, both at relatively high percents. The rage on this Luigi right now is going to become terrifying. They're going to be entering kill percentage very soon. And at the same time, they have a Robin on 2 stocks who's just charging Thoron. And it's scary. Who do you prioritise in this situation? Well, there's my answer. Luigi Mitsu. Well, Luigi. That was habit.
That was just nice presence of mind as well for Miller to realise the error was made and just said, get back. I'll take the death as long as you stay safe. So
Yeah,
that was, just good communication from the two. But of course, very, very nice from the blue team just to get that punish and get the KO. Yeah, the error was made, but it was up to them to get as strong a punish as possible in that situation as well.
And it turned out, I think, it didn't turn out terribly for either team. Oh,
wow!
The up smash.
Kind of reminiscent of what we saw in our singles game just before, but that long charge on the up smash, waiting for the air dodge to come out, and just getting a huge punish.
And of course, damn it, Thoron. That was
I saw that. That came out, and Miller just went, what? I should not have KO'd, but somehow it did.
Maybe a little bit of bad DI.
Yeah.
I mean, it killed
Maybe
very
a little
early.
bit.
A little bit. Like, I don't want to call Pidgey out here. He's a far better player than me, but
Freezing in here, crikey, O'Reilly.
I'm actually relatively warm in my fluffy jacket here.
I brought a jumper, but it was absolutely hammering it down with rain.
Oh, so it would have gotten
So
wet.
yeah, I'm now.
We got in just before the rain, luckily. It made me very happy.
I got off the tube as it started pouring.
Nice.
So yeah,
It's
good fun.
unfortunate.
Good fun. So 1-0 to KJ and Miller. Quite a convincing victory.
Yeah, I mean, there were 3 stocks up.
3 stocks, yeah.
And KJ was stock tanking and just played keep away really well that entire game. I think Miller, even on his last stock, was at no danger of threat because he could have taken that stock off KJ and it would have been a problem because he's just doing so well, keeping alive, he's just not dying.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a problem to, of course, take that last stock off him and then, you know, have the team back again. There was no danger at all for the team at any point.
Sure.
You're going to go for Dreamland.
Okay, so going into game 2, we're going to Dreamland.
See what we get out of this, of course. Yackabean has a lot he can do with those bomb combos onto the platforms. And at the same time, those platforms are going to be giving Robin more camping locations. So, even more danger there.
Yeah, but, you know, Pidgey and Yackabean do like the platforms and the general width as well of Dreamland. Yeah, the platforms are a little bit thinner, but they're still there.
They can do quite a bit with them.
Yeah. You see, like, you know, we always got these like mid jumps as well from Pidgey first of all. So he's going to be always covering those platforms, and he does have his projectiles follow up any kind of like knockups or like landing on those platforms. He can cover that very cleanly.
Yeah, those eggs just... I was talking about it when Pidgey was on stream earlier. It's just such a strong tool to have. Oh, he gets the B reverse neutral B off stage, of course. Didn't get anything out of it. I mean, they put him in a dangerous situation that Yackabean did follow up on quite nicely. Up smash, but...
It's a thing to look at right now already. If you just look at the general flow of the game, and you look at the percentages, it's just... Pidgey, until this very moment, was on 11% the entire time.
He just wasn't being hit. Okay, yeah, there's
using just how much more space he has with the overall kind of just yeah, you know, the airspeed that he has and like the momentum he has to the egg, his overall movement is very, very nice.
KJ went really deep looking for that up air then, which is of course there was a Yoshi double jumping back to stage and he went quite deep for that up air and it was a escape to put himself in, but he appeared to not be scared. Oh wow, really nice up smash, does take the stock there from Miller, and the stock lead is now just about with the Scottish Police. 2 stocks up now. Let's see what kind of... Oh! Well, the up air connecting on both opponents at the same time. It only takes the stock off Pidgey. Yackabean does live, which is odd considering he's the lighter character of the 2. But very nicely done. KJ, of course, just fantastic up air and got a lot out of it. That said, Yackabean still has that stock. They're having trouble closing this stock out on him, and he's just tanking it like an absolute beast right now. They can't get near him. Projectiles walling everyone out in every approach they go for, and he does get a nice bump to fall there on KJ. Yeah, Miller and KJ this game, they're playing very differently in that they are controlling center stage more in this game. A lot more than they controlled it on FD previously, and I'm not sure it's working out for them quite as well, because they're the ones being bunched together at this point with these barrage of projectiles coming at them, but the Thorn does connect on
There's the first
both
stock as well on
players
Yackabean. He was holding on to that beautifully, but
yeah,
just a nice setup, and he threw out that Thorn at the perfect timing.
He just seems to know the perfect time to throw those out, and
Wow!
Very nicely done.
He jumped forward, then spaced back, and then threw out the Arc Thunder to catch. That was wonderful. As soon as he, after the jump and he moved back, that's when the guard was dropped.
Yeah,
that was when he went in. It was really, really nice.
He just baited the shield drop and got a really nice punish off it.
That's a mind game.
Willingly hitting his teammate there in order to deal damage, of course, to the opponent. He obviously knew that he was in no danger of dying, otherwise he wouldn't have gone for it. Still an interesting decision. Kind of shows that he's putting the entire team ahead of an individual, and he's about winning this game.
Ooh,
good up
very
smash
nice.
though, does take it, and Luigi, his second stock is gone, down to the last stock there.
Yackabean
Looking
on a
much
tear
stronger
right
this
now.
game.
Yackabean there had just a nice string of movements, kind of empty hopping, reverse, well, throwing the bomb to his left, then getting a punish on Luigi afterwards, and then going straight back onto KillerJaws. Really good stuff from him.
Okay. Of course, good edge guard there by KJ taking out those arc fires, but the problem is you have such a large amount of lag on those fires that every time he throws one out, the other teammate from the Splash Beast is coming over and punishing it, and he's not getting anything for free out of them, unfortunately. Getting back to stage very nicely, no edge guard from KJ.
But slowly this game has been coming back in Red Team's favour. Been getting some crucial hits.
Yeah, it seems like they've almost figured out what they need to do. And again, we see it again, they're giving up centre stage right now. They're just letting them have it.
A very, very low nair does take the stock from KJ. So one stock apiece for the red team, but any big hit can take the stock off a blue team. So it could have a quick 2-stock swing. Wow.
It's not going to take much to take the stock off
That was really nice, using the egg layer on his teammate to keep him safe.
Yeah, really nicely done. Okay. We'll have to just kill this Yoshi now, and the game is... I want to say the game is basically theirs, but we can't count Yackabean out, quite obviously. We've seen it happen once already.
We have seen his confidence, let's say, in the 2v1.
2v1 potential of Toon Link. He has so many tools and so many hitboxes that he can cover a lot.
Yeah. I think one of the key things to do 2v1
Thoron just gets on both, and Yoshi still living.
It's just to look after yourself, you know. Like it's hard to deal with two players and you haven't got any, you know, overall stage presence.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're a melee only and you haven't got any projectiles, how are you going to cover options? Oh, very nice catch. Now it's
a 2v1 from KJ. Okay, it's a 1v1 right now. We have Robin versus Toon Link. This is okay.
Now this is a one-on-one scenario, but of course KJ in singles plays Mewtwo, and he has said that he hasn't got the strongest Robin. So a high projectile character like a very competent high projectile character like Yackabean against the arguably weaker character from KJ. It's going to be interesting to see.
He's just throwing out Thorns. He's catching every landing. But of course, the buck is now gone. Thorn has run out of mana, as it were, and he now has to rely on the other tools in his kit in order to take his stuff while he waits for the Thorn to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Just throwing out his arc fires there to, of course, cover some space in order to get that charge. And wow, just no fear from KJ there.
I love the moments of silence in games like this, when it's so tense that like, you just kind of both players are holding shield and that's it.
Yeah.
No one wants to make the first move.
Oh, there it is. The S-Smash does take it just about. It looked like it might. It looked like it, but no.
A really clean one-on-one there between Yackabean and KJ. Just again using, you know, we're talking about, you know, his competency with the projectiles and him just being able to build and pressurize neutral game.
Yeah.
And kind of manage to find his way in and get the hit he needed. Also, the smaller hitbox of Toon Link, perhaps a little bit harder for Robin to hit, because a lot of the hitboxes from Robin don't tend to hit all that low.
No.
Like, you do have some, but like, a lot of them are kind of like, you know, mid to high areas, especially when you're kind of following up. Like, if you're doing like short hop, you know, back airs, like it doesn't hit too low. So potentially quite a difficult character to land it with.
We kind of saw that in that situation you mentioned where they were both sat in shield, and then KJ just started the short hop back air, and it went just dead over Toon Link. And yeah, it just makes it more difficult to hit. I think that's the kind of thing KJ would be used to in the long term. Mewtwo outside of his down tilt doesn't really hit that low either.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're doing short hop bears and things like that. You can't really hit the smaller characters.
Yeah.
So it's something that he would definitely be more confident at dealing with than people who main other characters that do have a lot of low hitting moves.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously knows that in that scenario, when it goes down to the one-on-one scenario, it's harder for KJ to maybe get the victory. But sticking with the Robin for doubles is kind of, I think he's not banking on the fact, but feels confident in the fact that if he can keep his teammate alive,
yeah,
if he can kind of push through for the victory that way, it won't put as much pressure on him to perform with KillerJaws in those kind of one-on-one scenarios.
And it's like in the FD game where they won, KJ, it's talented. He was doing a fantastic job of just existing, and his existence there changed so much. You know, stop tanking the threat of Thorns, and it seems like just being there is enough for danger. You know, when you're KJ especially, everyone knows how good you are. Okay, we're going to Duck Hunt. I'm assuming FD would have been banned out after that first game, and there's no way they're going to go back to Battlefield or Dreamland after that just happened. So we've seen
Okay.
Duck in here.
So, yeah, lots of space here. Lots of space for, obviously, Robin to kind of like open up. Ooh, very nice fair onto his teammate to begin. Yeah, a lot more space for Robin to kind of open up and kind of control it. But does get the hit on the Thor. I think that was the first Thoron that actually hit Luigi, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the first one Miller's actually been damaged by at the very least. Miller doing a fantastic job of 2v1ing Yackabean and Pidgey right now, while KJ just sits away and charges Thorn. Of course, they do eventually wise onto that and go for KJ there, but he's getting so many Thorn charges for free in this game already. I mean, he had one less than 10 seconds into the game. He has a shield grab there.
Tried to follow up as quickly as possible, but couldn't quite get the angle.
Yeah, KJ is just doing a great job of distracting two people at the same time while letting KJ get his charges and do his thing. And they are controlling the entirety of the stage just so well. Or going for that Nosferatu, not quite get to get forward there, does manage to survive.
A little bit too high. Well, maybe that's a good idea to get away from the eventual.
Oh wow, Pidgey stuck on. He gets that back throw, but he does get punished. Ends up getting the kill anyway, so well, I don't know if it was really worth it.
I kind of feel like it was actually the up push that KO'd.
Yeah, it went straight off that top
KO'd
Blastzone.
to Yaka.
So now we have Miller, of course, the only player to not lose a stock yet. He's hanging out on that tree up there, playing very passive, very defensive, while KJ 2v1's on his own. And it seems like they've kind of switched roles almost since the start of this game, where KJ is the one fighting and Miller's kind of hanging back a bit, just guarding this stock with his life.
Well, yeah, I mean, if at any point that you're in danger of losing your sword, you want to kind of look after it, sure.
Oh,
at the same point, you want to make sure that your teammate is in a position where they're not going to be taking too much percentage as well, because as much as a stock matters, percentage on the follow-up stock is also very, very important.
Exactly. It's just a resource you need to manage at the end of the day.
Your percentage in doubles, I kind of feel your percentage becomes less important the higher it gets. Like the early percentage is really, really important to look after your tankability pretty much.
Exactly, and of course you can be comboed very, very easily as well.
And you know, and these are two characters that aren't shy of kill moves.
No, definitely not. Of course, Toon Link, all of his smashes have great knockback. A lot of his aerials do. He's just got so many kill moves. So it's so even right now. Both teams, it's back and forth. It looks like you know, Miller and KJ in the lead, but then Scottish Police come back and even it out, and then they take a slight lead. It's so even at the minute, but an up smash, after top lasso, the plumber's up smash. It's
loads of pressure on that shield, just consistently.
Yeah.
Just force Yoshi or Pidgey to make a move and punish accordingly.
And he unfortunately did get punished for it. Okay, Thorn is once again charged, but wow, the air dodge into the
aggression coming out from KJ being countered and kind of thrown back in his face.
And it was really nicely done by Yackabean. So once again, of course, we have Toon Link and Miller stock tanking, which this is what we saw sort of last game, where these two characters are the ones stock tanking, which is the complete opposite of what we saw on FD in Game 1. These games have been so different, and both teams are just adapting and readapting to each other so quickly. All getting that up air once again, catching it with that lingering hitbox. Miller, of course, falling into it. The Thorn does come out across the entire stage, though. Okay. Edge guard situation. Miller is off stage. See what Pidgey can do here. They cover the edge quite well, but the back throw is not going to get much out of it. Not very high percent. And Yackabean just doing everything he can to cover all of the landing options of his teammate, to keep the opponents away, to let his teammate land, because, you know, Yoshi's landing options aren't the best. Especially when you've got two people trying to stop you.
It's actually again in favour of blue team. It's looking quite scary for.
It really is. Oh, the air dodge read. Checkmate.
Gets that up air.
And there's the F smash. And so it's a 2v1, but we can't count Yackabean out.
Well, we're going to say it again. We've seen this scenario before. It is a stronger team than last time. But you know, he's keeping himself safe. His aerial defense is lovely right now. But there are some things you can't evade.
Okay, yeah, Thorn onto shield. Oh, good team combos there.
I like that forcing. You know, Arc Thunder's great for forcing shield, and then you can just go in and grab. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. You force them to sit there. kind of like Nessus PK5 in that sense.
This is a scary position now, regardless of how much walling, Toon Link can do.
I think they're just happy right now to chip away at him and build that percenter, because eventually he's going to be in kill percent for every 11 attack. And I think that's what they're looking for right now. Oh, so close. That would have been it as well.
Yackabean throws out a lot of forward punches, and there are scenarios where it really work really nicely, but he needs to be careful. Like good timing. Like there was a lot of space between him and KJ, so throwing out there is fine, but he just needs to make sure that he uses it a little bit.
Waiting for the Thor, and there it does connect. Not quite taking the stock there, but he's just going to charge it right back up. Miller's going to stop any kind of approach that would have otherwise existed. There it is again. Just getting behind him, making sure he's safe. Yackabean doing such a good job right now. So, I think they might have wanted to go for a grab release there. They could have got a lot out of a grab release down smash.
Yackabean is scary now because it's a high percentage for both these characters. He can.
He can kill. He can kill. Oh, Thorman does take it. There we go. That was so close.
A very, very nice 2-1 there. Really, really powerful work though from the blue team to kind of push back and take game 2. But also, Yackabean again. We saw it in his first 2-on-1, but he showed it again there. His class and his ability to see that. And zone very, very nicely. Keep himself safe and have this fear.
Yeah.
Put into the opponent. Like, of course, whether or not they actually feel the fear, different story. But he throws out a level of danger that you have to respect, and that's why that 2-on-1 slowed down.
Yeah.
Miller and JKJ could have been aggressive, but they didn't need to be. They had to kind of approach it in the right way. Otherwise, they can find themselves taking a little bit too much damage here and there.
Just sit back and chip that damage away to get into kill percent.